I told myself I was going to stop doing this. I'm no longer living here at home. I nearly got kicked out or sectioned again for nothing. It's just people conditioning my family to hate me, or conditioning everybody around me to hate me, reject me, and to tell me to go away. Um, Happens all the time, and they call me crazy. They don't really realize it. Anyway, I noticed when I stopped watching the news that Trump fell apart and was about to be exposed and exploded. So I've stopped watching news, and it's going to stop contributing to this because although there's a Mirror account out there making millions of views and probably lots of money off the content that I've uploaded, I only have 4 views on my crappy page and 600 videos and all the effort I've made to prepare you all for judgment. So I don't even know why I bother. Ungrateful efforts, you know what I mean? So anyway, I'm going to talk to you about quantum manifestations. Yes, quantum just means quantity. Like quantum of solace means a holiday. And something that somebody would turn around to Prince William and say, "And sir, your little quantum of solace shall be on from July 21st until August 2nd." It's quantum. Quantum just means a quantity. It's not a big quantum physics. Quantity just means quantity. Anyway, but I'm going to say it anyway because it'll make you, oh, sound intelligent. Quantum manifestations is nothing. I'm just going to talk to you about manifestations in this world. Kind of matrixy, and I've learned about it a lot recently. So I've been stabbed in the head, I got attacked, I've been killed, I've been snuffed, I've had my throat cut, I've been abducted by men dressed as police alongside police. I had my ear ripped off, they stabbed me in the kidney. They had a battery acid attack on my face. It smelled like the piss of the devil, and I was burnt like the most painful thing in the entire world. And I had to keep my eyes open because if I closed my eyes, the world might disappear. So I suffered and kept my eyes open despite the amount of pain. And I've gone through a lot, and it wasn't very well justified, and or like explained, and I can't get any justice on the event or matter. So I'm very terrified of young lads these days. Lads just stop you and ask you for a cigarette, because that's what I did. I got stopped and asked for a cigarette, and the next thing I know, I got stabbed in the head with the pointy end of a hammer, if not something else. So I have a lot of trauma, and there's no justice on that. The police don't care about that kind of work. Police obviously don't care about abducting, torturing, and disaboweling young sainted scholars of Ireland, and they got away with it and blamed me on being a murderer, and they got away with it. That's just Irish politics or Irish justice system. So I have a lot of trauma, a lot of kind of underbellied fear. They've been hunted by like these monsters from Florida, hunted by my own fucking country, military, pseudo-military, the police themselves, all surrounded. And they even call up my family and ask them to keep a tabs on me. So if my own parents and my own family kind of spying on me and watching me and reporting to them, probably to cover themselves in some sort of way. So usually people fucking save their own rap ass. So I have a lot of concerns and paranoias around me, surrounding me for 10 years now. And I've realised that these manifest around me. Because I've moved away, I got kicked out of home, like I said, and now I'm sleeping on a sofa on the other side of the country. And I'm back and forth and back and forth. But when I got out and started travelling, I realised a lot. That when I'm afraid of young lads on scooters, smoking crack and carrying around knives and guns, they appear. And I've been hunted by these fuckers but it's actually due to my own being afraid. They manifest. I've become a lot more fearless now that I'm back out on the road. And all these dodgies on electric scooters carrying knives have all transformed into little kids on scooters with helmets and responsible guardians. So this is a weird thing I'm trying to explain to you. You actually generate yourself scary things around you by being afraid. I got attacked loads called queer, like I posted. I started painting my fucking nails all weird queer colours and pink and sparkles. Arbitrarily. Just completely, I'm not like queer, but I'm just doing something arbitrarily queer, and it's massively effective. Just taking that little token of fearlessness out on the streets and not giving a fuck. People see my nails, I couldn't care. And for some reason it helps a lot with the PTS, post-traumatic stress, severe and acute post-traumatic stress, and the continuing post-stress of having no justice. Like I've said on this before, I called up like so many Garda corruption lines, and then the very next day loads of guards just come around and try to arrest me for libel. So you can't win, and that just adds to the fucking stress and injustice and the anger. And then you get sectioned for being angry, and then you go, oh, you're violent and abusive. There's so many violent and abusive people on the streets, and they're not being sectioned because it's just their natural way. I'm very calm and very patient and very prudent, and when I get angry, I get sectioned and force needles into me because you're not well, John. So that's just one matter I'm saying to you, that your fears actually manifest around you. Your doubts, your insecurities manifest around you. Now, that's one thing. What I'm going to say on this flip side is that it's not all self-imposed, that there are other impositions of doubts, fears, and negativity, and these come from the police. Yeah, and other people that don't expect very much of mankind. So the police look around at everybody and they're like, everybody's up to something. They're all criminals just waiting to be busted by us. We need just to get a big knowledge frame, a big data frame of what everybody's doing and get into everybody's business and poke our big fucking culture noses where they really don't in any sort of legal margin belong. And the police do that all the time. And they'll say, a variety of surveillance techniques. Fucking ice cream man. So we have the Angeles, thank you very much. Thank you, we don't need your gypsy ice cream man coming around pretending to sell ice cream. Bugger on. So the police are a problem. Yeah, the police are a massive problem. The police generate crime, practically, that they have to deal with. It's almost to the effect that if you didn't have police running around judging thy neighbour and scrutinising and expecting badness of thy neighbour, they wouldn't have the crimes that are actually being generated from their shadows that they're casting upon all of you. So it's weird that you pay these people to cast shadows on you and make you a criminal, and it actually is manifesting in that way. If I like kind of expect my mum to be watching over my shoulder, my mum watches over my shoulder even much more. If I fearlessly don't care what my mother thinks, my mother minds her own business. Police are out there expecting everybody to be gangsters, criminals, murderers, and on crack, and it manifests. So you're paying these people to manifest crime, and they don't even deal with it because the suspicion and the shadows that they cast upon society, the fears and doubts that they might have themselves, the fears and doubts you have yourself manifest all around you. So pigs are actually the problem that they claim to help, and they don't help it. They just racketeer it and run it all. And when it comes to something like murder, the police won't care because there's no money in murder. There's just drama and there's murderers. When it comes to like your untaxed vehicle, the police are all over you. When it comes to like a big drug bust, the police are all over you. Ching, 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 ching. When it comes to stolen merchant property, pigs are all over you. When it comes to murder, suicide, or rape, no, they don't care. And I knew a girl who's kind of overweight and, not say, most beautiful lady in the world, and she's been raped by police several times. And they brushed it off and got away with it. So hardly be interested in her. And murder, and murder. Half the people in Newcastle Hospital are actually victims of police brutality or sexual offences, and the police just call them crazy and have them sectioned and punished, the victims. So I'm not really sure where I'm going about all this, but I'm just saying that you create your own negativity around you. The city I've moved off to now is supposed to be a very dangerous city and a very dodgy city, and I've completely changed the place ever since just strolling through. It's like I raise the spirits, raise it up. Everybody's on a very low grade frequency, and I just go around and restore all the frequency and bring them all back to light. See little junkies on the ground, they get up and they're suddenly walking around. I see loads of stuff like this. People are about to get in a fight and then they're only mess fighting and they start hugging each other. There's great potential inherent in the situation. If I wasn't being hunted by the fucking IRA for the last 10 years, I sit around staring at pictures of me and my family masturbating and chanting like a bunch of fucking Liberian sodomites. So yeah, I'm just saying you generate your own hell around you. Fears, doubts, or paranoia or suspicions. If you lose something at home and you immediately think somebody in your family has taken it, and it really suddenly becomes very self-convincing that somebody in your family has robbed you or something. That's what I'm talking about. It actually manifests. It's a very strange thing. A very peculiar thing, but in a real solipsist way, you do generate the world that is around you. And if you are friendly and fearless, like a lot of people out there have no reason to be afraid, and they don't get into any trouble. And people out there who are traumatized, being hunted, brain damaged, disemboweled, carry a lot of trauma around with them, and it'll seem to follow them around because they can't get over it. I just drink myself into oblivion, or into a state of obliviousness. But yeah, I'm just saying, ways to heal your fucking world. Heal your world. I go around painting the world like alchemy and making it completely golden and perfect for everybody else. I'm not allowed to touch it. You think I'd get like a little thank you, but no, I get hunted, cheated, defamated, spat at. Hunting somebody is very scary, especially when they know about it. By the Muppet IRA and Sinn Féin and the police just have to follow me around and stalk me and watch me everywhere. And I have to kind of gracefully deal with that now, because that golden alchemy that I turn to when I'm fearless and happy and okay, that turns into shit when I'm being hunted and I'm afraid, I'm terrified and persecuted. Everywhere I go, I'll be spreading terror, horror, because they won't stop hunting me. Because it's so spectacular and outstanding, they just can't stop. I don't even know what I wanted to say. I don't like helping the Irish anymore. I pray for your death, actually, quite often. Smash this entire fucking country up, and all the fucking balls and all the children of the Gardaí are going to be very fucking tormented and disabled looking by the time I'm finished. You want to make like the Holy Roman Empire there on Garda Síochána, and admit that you murdered me several times, for 5-6 times, and spend your eternity in penance, like the Holy Roman Empire admitted to killing Jesus and spent an eternity in penance servicing. You really want to get with the contractor, Piggy. Bend over. And I really mean bend over, and bend your children over for me as well. I'm not even messing. Not even messing. You just wait to see your fucking handicapped, fucking disabled, deranged Nephilim children. Paddy. So yeah, anyway, you are the fear that you maintain, and you are the horror and hell that you keep inside yourself. I always like marijuana drugs, even though I get punished for marijuana, because marijuana helps me be very calm. Empathetic towards others, and very calm, creative, and peaceful. And I get punished for doing this, and they're spying on me and watching me and causing me problems for people who might even get a grass off, when it's really saving your fucking world, keeping me happy, content, plain. When you realise my potential, I already said to you, put me in a fucking helicopter, and you let me sail around down like Lower East Manhattan, and just let me spread magic and gold all over the area, and I'll be turned again, as long as the IRA and dipshit fucking monkey military aren't stalking me and hunting me and persecuting me, staring at pictures of my family and me, and masturbating and chanting and spitting on me all day long. Thomas Mahon, Sinn Féin, the Mahon boys, Jerry Adams, Mary Lucifer MacDonald. I'll do it, Jerry, they won't suspect me. Anyway, this is more for people. This is why skateboarders probably have like very happy and free mentalities, and some to be like elixir of eternal youth, because skateboarders are fearless, aren't they? You have to be fearless, like Jamie Foy's not afraid of any rail. Doing a backflip down a rail, that's a death contract in my mind. I was just thinking about it. I was like, fakie. That's how you fall backwards on fakie and crack your head. And it's like, shit, is it a backflip? Like a backwards board slide? That just looks like a death contract to me. So Nigel doing one there the other day into fakie. But anyway, skateboarders are very fearless and roll with it, and they have this eternal youth about them. So yeah, any fears, doubts, or concerns, the people casting those fears and doubts and concerns upon you, gangsters pressuring you, or people saying they'll be out for you, cause a lot of massive problems. Happiness sprouts from happiness, and fear, terror, and concern sprouts from fear, terror, and concern. So my advice, if you are troubled, move away. Get out on the road and just move away. Start again in a new town, different town, and just start again. And you can be anybody you want in a new town. Be yourself. If you're not free to be yourself in the town you're in, just move away and start again. And just leave that baggage behind you. Because if you carry that shit around, or like I do, try to drink it down to death, it's still there. Everywhere I went, there was just boyos on scooters on crack with knives. And it's because I was still carrying a fear of being hunted by boyos on scooters on crack with knives. And it manifested. Now they're gone. They disappeared. Like I said, the area that I went down to was overrun with boyos on scooters on crack with knives, and they've all disappeared. They completely and utterly vanished, disappeared. In fact, when I went down there, I made it so perfect. You want to see it? There was no women in Ireland wearing skirts for like the last 8 to 10 years. Skirts. No skirts. Not even in dresses. All the women are wearing trousers in Ireland. Rape, there's been like a rape crisis since the IRA and the Mahon boys, and Hubert McGlynn and his rapist inbred family to have rape session, or like gang rape fetishes and watch gang rape porn. They stole my temple, my orrery, and there, you are the company you keep. They're inside it. So there's a massive gangster rape crisis all over Europe or Ireland, with them in my orrery instead of me. And those women were all jilted and terrified and going around. And ever since I start getting it all back together, those women are all dressing in skirts again, like summer festivals, and men don't have rape on their mind. So you're going to figure it out. It's a lot better with me than without me. And you're going to make like the Roman Empire, capitulate, bend over, and beg that I butt-fuck you so your children won't be butt-fucked for eternity. I'm not into butt-fucking you. I take very good care of my 14-year celibate genitals. And I don't know about anybody else calling me a shit pusher. I'd never put my pee-pee in the poopy. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me, even if it's my girlfriend or something. You never put your pee-pee in the poopy. But go ahead, don't let me stop you. IRA, Sinn Féin with all their ass-raping fucking fantasies. Spreading their mentality throughout the world instead of my mentality throughout the world. And I make things perfect and golden. So anyway, yep, stop hunting me, stop terrorizing me. The world won't be horror and terror, and don't be afraid. And it's not easy. It's easy to say, don't be afraid, but yeah, I've better hints, but I don't want to make advise Sinn Féin or the IRA how to. Cause I'm like a dam. You know, a dam, a water dam. There's nothing really. You don't really see anything happening. On a dam, they're very still. There's a shit ton of pressure on the dam, and there's a shit ton of potential in a dam. And if you poke and fuck with the dam, you're gonna have a big shit fucking mess all over you. So stop poking at me anyway, and hey, don't be afraid. And maybe learn to skateboard fakie. But yeah, don't be afraid. Don't be concerned. Don't leave your house worrying that there's people out there stalking or staring. Well, there are. They're called the police, and actually, the police, in that same sense, cause a lot of concern and paranoia and worry. You know, if you live in Christiania in Denmark, you're not afraid of going down the road to buy a quarter or an eighth of grass. But if you live in Ireland, you're worried and concerned about going off to buy an eighth of grass. And because you're worried and concerned, your worries and concerns will manifest around you. So the fact, like in Germany said, I am not a criminal. They all had, I am not a criminal. When you take drugs in Ireland, you're subjected to a lower class of humanity. You're considered a subhuman. You take drugs, you're a bad person. That's just the way it is. People on drugs are bad people. In Ireland, it's very snotty and snobby, and because you maintain that and contain it in yourself, it has a massive effect on you. These things that you accept and take on, and these concerns you might take, going out to buy a fucking ounce of grass, and I'm worried and concerned along the way that I might get busted by the police. That's a problem. And again, the police are causing more worry and fear and paranoia and concern, and they're constantly poking into your business in every single way whatsoever. Police usually have like 2 or 3 jobs. They're undercover in a garage here, they're undercover in this boxing place here. They collect 3 different wages. Anyway, yes, I'm just saying police are a big problem. For the quantum manifestations of crime all around you. They expect it, they want it, they're looking for it, they see it, it happens, they manifest crime. The people who are supposed to stop crime, they're practically responsible for it. So yeah, just don't be afraid. I'm not going to say like don't be afraid. And, well, you know, actually, if you're not afraid and you go out, well, notice most fucking people that actually are reduced and forced to distribute drugs because the government won't do it themselves. Like the rest of Europe do it themselves. And I thought under the Lisbon Treaty we all had to be standardised anyway. So everything that Portugal and Germany and Spain and France are doing, Ireland ought to be doing the same as well. And they've all like legalised cannabis and things like this. My plan is to legalise every drug. Absolutely every drug. Legalise marijuana, cocaine and heroin. Yep, legalise it all. You want to see the amount of crime that will vanish in this. There'll actually be protests. Criminals will probably get it. You put me out of a career. And the corrupt police mainly are the people who are earning all of the money. Even this, when they said it's going to be taxed, you'll probably be paying less because you're already paying a lot of tax for the corrupt Gardaí. On that note, okay, I'm like sidewinding a bit, but I'm going to tell you something, okay? Police need criminals on the street to work for them. They have big massive amounts of contraband, big massive amounts of drugs. They need to sell them on the street. They need somebody trustworthy to do it. No dipshits, no idiots, no fools, but they need lads on the streets to do it. They're being protected in a way then, if not even paid, by the police, who are being paid by the taxpayer. And it's just an interesting thing that you pay police to stop crime, where in reality, your taxpayer money goes to support and protect criminals. Again, they wouldn't be criminals if the government took charge and legislation and distributed narcotics efficiently, cleanly and safely themselves. But your hard-earned tax money actually goes to protect and pay and maintain drug distribution on the streets. But this is this thing to think about. It is a damn fact. It is an absolute fact. Your money, your hard-earned tax money keeps drug dealers on the streets. Supervised drug dealers. Police supervised and policed granted drug dealers. And just to all those guys who are on the streets, guys and girls on the streets, I don't have no problem with it. I think you take a lot of risk for everybody else, or the government ought to be taking that risk. I'd just like to remind you the training day, where the police allowed that drug dealer to earn his millions. Remember, they come in and kill him and rob all his money. They'll build you up, they'll pop you, and they'll put you in prison. They don't care for you. You're a utility to them, just to let you know. Anyone that's been pressured by the guards to catch you with a lot of cocaine say, no, you're not a problem to us. We want you to keep going. We want to know where it's coming and where it's going. You're free to operate under these conditions. You'll check in with us every once in a while. You'll keep this phone on you at all times. Blah, 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 blah. Just remember that he got popped. The guy. He was a long-term heroin addict, something with the really nice white teeth, sitting in the house on his own, and they come around and killed him and took all his money. They'll do that to you too. They'll just build you up, and pop you. Build you up, and pop you. I love Training Day so much, because so much corruption and injustice in this country, and I can get no justice or voicing on the matter. And I probably never will get any justice or voicing on the matter. And I was like, it was just Chinatown Jack. And I was like, hey, just leaving it, the fact that it's Chinatown Jack. But it's just lovely that somebody made Training Day, a beautiful, wonderful movie, and just said it. How fucking corrupt police are, how horribly and monstrally and frightfully corrupt police are, and you pay for them. You make that possible. I forget where this is going. I'll come to manifestations of fears and doubts and concerns. But yeah, paint your nails. Yeah, learn to skateboard. Chris Height, all the way, baby. Jump out your box. Get outside your box. Because it's a very small box. And it gets smaller and smaller and smaller and close in on you. So yeah, no, any doubts, any concerns, brother? Any fears or doubts or concerns? If you do, they'll manifest around you. On the flip side of that, when you get over it, all these beautiful women start appearing in these tiny little fucking skirts wanting to throw themselves at you. And if you don't jump on them, you know, so you go into the arms of some fucking dodgy fiend. So even perfection sucks. I was like, I don't want to be tempted with all these beautiful women suddenly throwing themselves at me. You keep it to yourselves, ladies. I'm on a one-way ticket. Alright, anyway, so yeah, be not afraid. Yeah, I couldn't care. Fuck off.